What's up guys, it is Bucket Mouth Bass. I'm back here again today, and today, as y'all can see behind me, I'm walking into Bass Pro Shops. Today I'm going to be picking out my top 5 casting rods at Bass Pro Shops for under $100. And if y'all have not subscribed, go down and hit that subscribe button and the bell so you don't miss anything in the future. But I will see y'all inside the store. Alright, what's up? I am in the store now guys, and number 5 on today's list of top 5 rods for under $100 at Bass Pro Shops, I gotta go with the Bass Pro Shops Tourney Special rod. And really the best feature about this rod, I'm not even gonna lie, is it's only 50 bucks, and they do have sales on it all the time, so you can come in here a lot of the time and pick it up for only $40. So obviously this rod really only made the list because of that $50 price range. You know, that's very inexpensive for a rod. But this rod comes with Bass Pro's RT2 graphite blank, so you're getting an okay graphite, but I mean, come on, it's only $50. So it's fairly sensitive. I actually own this exact rod, so I can attest to that. It's fairly sensitive. It's not the most sensitive rod because obviously it's only $50. But another feature of this rod is it comes with EVA foam grips. They're pretty comfortable. They're not the most comfortable in the world. You guys know I like the wind grip handles a lot better, and if you want to see some rods with those, I'll leave a link to my last video I actually did at Academy. But there's actually 2 features I really dislike about this rod, and one of them is that the reel seat is not completely skeletonized. You guys know I like my reel seat completely skeletonized so I can feel exactly when a fish is biting. I do personally believe that it helps you feel rocks and when a fish is biting better. So I really wish they would remove this plastic part right here and just completely skeletonize the reel seat so you can put your entire hand on it. And on this rod itself, the guides are a little bit big and bulky, which I don't like at all. I don't think I can cast as accurately with this rod because of those big guides that it has on it. They're not huge, but they are pretty big when it comes to casting rods, so I would really prefer a much smaller guide. And lastly, this rod actually looks nice. They actually redid it within the last year, I think it has been, because I actually have the older model of this rod. They made this part green and now it fades into a black color, so it looks pretty nice. But other than those 2 things about this rod that I mentioned earlier, this rod is a good buy for only 50 bucks. That is why it really made the list at number 5. Number 4 on today's list is gonna be the Bass Pro Shops Bionic Blade casting rod. And you guys know I have this rod personally. I actually have a review over it. I'll leave a link to that right now. But the reason this rod is making number 4 on the list today is because it only goes for $80 for one thing, so that's a good price for this rod. And it comes with Bass Pro Shops RT3 graphite. So again, that's not the world's best graphite, but you're getting a little bit better than the Bass Pro Shops Tourney Special rod. And I can attest to this rod being fairly sensitive. It is more sensitive than the Bass Pro Shops Tourney Special, but it's still not the most sensitive rod, to be honest. It could be more sensitive. I mean, it's only $80 again, and if you guys wait, you can actually wait to pick it up for about $50 or $60. I remember I bought mine for $50 about a year back, so you can always wait for that sale. And another feature I do not like about this rod is I do not believe they sell the Bionic Blade Micro anymore. That's the specific one that I have, but I think they actually discontinued that because they revamped these rods this calendar year. They look a little bit different now than they did last year. They added EVA foam instead of cork, and they changed the colors a little bit. But so now you don't have that micro guide option anymore, and the guides on this rod are a little bit big. I don't like them being that big because I do think it doesn't allow me to cast as accurately, in my own opinion. But I have not had any problems with the guides myself, so it's been working out pretty good. This rod's durable. I throw it all over the the place, so it's pretty good in the durability category. And it does feature Bass Pro Shop Power Wall Construction Blank, which basically means that it's just a little bit more durable. And a feature I do like about this rod is that it comes with a completely skeletonized reel seat, so you can put your whole hand on the actual rod blank itself and feel everything. And you're getting EVA foam. This is not the best EVA foam ever, but it's comfortable enough. It's definitely more comfortable than the Bass Pro Shops Tourney Special. You definitely do see an increase in the quality of the EVA foam on this particular rod from the Tourney Special. And lastly, the colors on this rod actually look pretty good. It doesn't look as ugly as it did last year. I still think they should drop the maroon color and just make it a straight red, but you know, this is what they decided to go with for some reason. It looks better than the older model, but it still could be a little bit nicer, to be honest. Number 3 on today's list is going to be the Bass Pro Shops Pro Qualifier. This rod does go for exactly $100, and you're getting the same graphite as you did with the last rod, the Bionic blade, so it's probably not going to be that much more sensitive. The reason I like this rod better is you're getting a completely skeletonized reel seat, so you can really put your whole hand on the reel seat here itself. And the EVA foam on this rod itself is almost the exact same as the Bass Pro Shops Bionic blade rod. It feels the exact same, it looks the exact same, so it's comfortable, it's good. Like I said earlier, I think the wind grips on rods are the best you can get, but for $100 at Bass Pro Shops, you're still getting a pretty good EVA foam handle. And on this rod, I do think the guides are a little bit on the bulky side again. They should make them smaller, to be honest. I do not like big guides like on this rod. And lastly, the color on this rod actually looks pretty good. The black and with the gold accents, it looks pretty nice. I mean, I've seen nicer rods obviously, but this one does not look bad at all. And again, I wish they could make these rods a little bit lighter, but overall, this is not a bad rod for only $100. All right, number 2 on today's list is gonna be the Garcia Veritas rod. This rod runs for $100. If you buy a heavy power rod, it actually goes for $110, but other than that, all of these rods are only $100 unless you buy that heavy power. But with this rod, you're getting a 30-ton graphite blank, which is pretty good for only $100. Not the best that you can get, but still pretty good for only $100. And the EVA foam grips on this are very comfortable and easy to hold onto, so that's another feature I like about this rod. Out of all of the rods with EVA foam handles, this one has some of the nicest EVA foam I have held before. And on this rod, you are getting a completely skeletonized reel seat, which is a huge deal for me. You guys know I like to feel the entire rod blank with my hand. And this rod claims sub-layer armor, which to me just means it's a little bit more durable. And the guides on this rod are not huge like the 3 Bass Pro Shops rods before this one. They are not micro guides, but they are not huge either. They're right in that medium, which me personally I like because I can still cast accurately and tie a leader, and the leader goes right through the line guides. I almost forgot to mention the color of this rod is okay. I mean, the white and gray looks all right. I mean, honestly, I think they could have designed this rod better, but obviously that doesn't affect the performance at all. It's just the way it looks. But in my opinion, it looks okay. If you guys disagree, please let me know down in the comments. I would love to hear y'all's opinions. All right, and number 1 on today's list of the top 5 casting rods that you can buy for under $100 at Bass Pro Shops is the Garcia Vendetta. You are getting a 30-ton graphite blank on this rod. It's the exact same as the Garcia Veritas, and that rod is $20 more. So you're saving money on this rod. This rod runs for only $80, which is really good considering you're getting that 30-ton graphite blank. And as y'all can see right here, you're getting a completely skeletonized reel seat, which y'all know is a big deal for me. And to be honest, this piece that secures your reel down to the actual rod itself is higher quality than it is on the Abu Garcia Veritas rod. And the guides on this rod are pretty much the exact same as on the Veritas. They look the same and they're the same quality. They're both good, obviously, but why would you pay an extra $20 when you could just buy this rod? The only thing the Veritas has over this rod, to be honest, is the actual EVA foam handle right here. It is a lot more comfortable on the Veritas, but this one is still comfortable as well on the Abu Garcia Vendetta rod. And this rod is pretty light as well. It weighs about the same as the Veritas. I'm sure there's a little bit of a difference between the two rods, but just in my hand, it does not feel any different. They feel the exact same to me, and I was just holding the Veritas too, so I can't even tell the difference at all. It seems like they weigh the exact same when it's actually in my hand. And lastly, the colors of this rod I think are a lot nicer than on the Veritas. The black and the red looks very nice. So again, the Vendetta has the Abu Garcia Veritas beat in the looks category, and honestly I would go with one of the two Abu Garcia rods I mentioned in this video because they are a lot better than the Bass Pro Shops brand rods in my opinion. Alright guys, that's gonna go ahead and wrap up today's video, but honestly I would definitely buy either of the two Abu Garcia rods before I would buy the Bass Pro Shops brand. But that's just my opinion. If y'all disagree with me, please let me know down in the comments. But for only $80, I would really buy the Abu Garcia Vendetta if it was my money and save myself $20 from the Veritas, because I do think the Vendetta is better. But if y'all have not subscribed, go down and hit that subscribe button and the bell so you don't miss anything in the future. And I will see y'all back here next time.